Let's try to see how we can find the domain of a function which is the sum of two formulas. We need to look at both of these formulas over here. For the first one, so we look at what's inside the square root, and that's x plus 1. Okay. And remember, for this part, we have the condition that x times x plus 1 is bigger than or equal to 0. And how can we find the domain? We use a simple method. We say, okay, first we're going to solve this equation, x plus 1 is equal to 0. And we find two solutions. One is 0, the other one is -1. So we put 0 over here and -1 over here. And then we try to decide over these three intervals what's the sign of x plus 1. If x is over here, then x is negative and x plus 1 is negative, so we have plus sign over here. So over here it's going to be positive. Somewhere between -1 and 0, you can see if we take x to be 1/2 and -1/2 and x is -1/2, then we have a negative sign. So over here we have negative sign. And beyond 0, we have positive. Both factors are positive. Okay, we can use a number. For example, if x is 1, then 1 times 2 is 2, and it's positive, right? Okay, that finishes the first part, and then we look at the second part. And for this function, x squared plus 5x plus 6, and what we need is that just x squared plus 5x plus 6 isn't equal to 0. Okay. And then for this quadratic equation, we also need to find out where it is 0. So then we have x plus 2 and x plus 6, no, x plus 3, and that's going to be we factor this one. This is equal to 0. And then we find x is equal to -2 and x is equal to -3. So what do we have over here for the second one? So we have x cannot be -2 or -3. Okay. So now how can we put these two pieces of information together? We draw the number line. So now from the first one, we have -1 and 0, and then we have -3, -2, and -3, right? And we know from the first one that we have the domain over here and over here. 0 and 1 are fine, -1 are fine. But from the second equation, we know -2 cannot be inside, so we need to take it out, and -3 cannot be there, so we take it out. So now what we have the domain over here for the function. The common part of these two domains for these two parts. So what we have is that from -∞ to -3, but if -3 is not included, and then from -2 to -3, and -2 is not included, and then we have from -2 to -1, which is included, and then we have the last part is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so that's the domain for the entire function.